Hello, fellow Poke fans. Welcome back to Let's Play Alpha Sapphire. If you've ever wondered what's the answer to life, the universe, and everything, well, welcome to episode number 42. We are here at the Berry Master's house just to start things off, and apparently it's raining. I have been harvesting some more berries. We have like over 200 citrus berries. It's just insanely easy to grow them, so we'll have plenty probably for the rest of our adventure. But I did challenge something or something challenge. I did look up the Berry Master's wife, and she does use one of five phrases. I'm not sure what challenge, what the phrase is for that. Luckily, you can look it up. It is challenge contest. So if you enter it exactly the way you have to enter it, which is in all caps, and of course proper spelling, and there's no caps lock in this as far as I can tell, which is kind of a pain to do this then, but, oh, she already said challenge, didn't she? Ooh, that's not backspace. I should know that by now. Well, okay, I kind of got a dud berry then, for lack of a better word. One of the just really common berries you get at the start of the game. But if I would have entered contest and hit the right button, I would have gotten a pump tray berry. She gives out 5 berries, which are very rare, well, kind of rare, I guess, but they're really only good for raising your Pokemon's contest stats by making Pokeblocks. They're not really good for anything in battle, so I'm not really disappointed, and I'll be back every day probably to go in anyway just for fun. So, and then also you can get a berry from the Berry Master, who I think just gives you a random berry. They can be rare, they can be common, but nothing super good. I don't think there's any berries I'd want my Pokemon to hold long term. The only ones I might want them to hold would be maybe like one of the weakness berries. If I'm facing like say, I don't know, a trainer that's really strong and uses dark Pokemon, I might give Slate a whatever the berry is that sort of absorbs a super effective dark attack, cuts the damage in half. But even that, I'd probably just rather keep his. I think I'll eventually give him a steel coat or maybe like a zoom lens, I think it's called, which increases the accuracy of your moves by 10%. That'd be really good because a lot of his best moves do not have perfect accuracy. Um, Actually, speaking of non-perfect accuracy, I promise I will be doing something interesting this episode. Um, but I did decide I wanted to teach 2 more TMs to Pokemon. I was debating about teaching Ford Fire Blast. I went back and forth because. So the nice thing about Blaze Kick is that it has a high crit ratio and 10 power points. I thought 15, so 10's not actually that good. It's okay. Um, so those critical hits I got last episode or 2 episodes ago, actually there was an increased crit chance. I thought there wasn't, but it wasn't just luck. It was luck, but it wasn't extreme luck. Um, but I did some calculations. So even though my attack is a little bit higher, um, and even though Fire Blast's accuracy is a little bit lower, I multiplied their power times their accuracy chance times either my attack or special attack accordingly, and found that on average, Fire Blast does about 13% more damage than Blaze Kick will. Now it does have 5 less PP, and I didn't include the crit chance, so maybe it's more like 8 or 9% or something. But um, I think it's worth it. So let's go ahead and change it. I do have low sweep for kind of my main other move, and we'll see how it goes. I guess the main reason that I really didn't mind switching it is because I have Lepa berries, and there's not a very good chance that I'll be using more than 5 Fire Blasts in a single battle. And if I am, then oh well, it's worth the risks. Okay, so there's that, and I also wanted to teach Altaria Seeker Power, which I know we forgot, but now that we have the Mega Stone, that kind of changes things, because for Altaria, I think the moveset we have is probably the best moveset, our 2 stab moves and a fire attack for coverage. However, if I evolve into Mega Altaria, as I plan to do in probably every battle, unless maybe there might be a circumstance where I'm facing like a bug type or something, and I want to keep my flying type, or maybe a really good ground type. I might want to keep my flying type for that reason. So there could be circumstances where I don't Mega Evolve, but 90, 95+% of battles I will be Mega Evolving. So in that case, I actually lose Stab from Fly, but I gain Stab from Fairy type attacks. And like I mentioned before, the ability not Fairy Aura, Pixelate, increases, it makes all normal type attacks Fairy type, and increases their damage by I think 20% in this generation. So Seeker Power would get Stab, it would be Fairy type, and it would also do 84 base power. So Basically, Dragon Breath and Seeker Power both have stab. Dragon Breath would be a little bit more powerful, except for the fact that my attack stat is higher, so Seeker Power would actually be more powerful. So I am going to go ahead and delete Dragon Breath. And the reason for that is because, for reasons I just said, Seeker Power, which will be Fairy type, will be a little bit stronger than Dragon Breath. They both have sort of an extra chance of an effect, which is kind of balances out. Um, but Fairy has better coverage than Dragon. There's very few Pokemon that Dragon is super effective against that Fairy is not. Um, Maybe like a Fire and Dragon type, um, like a Turtonator or Turtonator or whatever it's called, but it's not even in this generation. So Mega Charizard, I guess Mega Charizard's Fire and Dragon. But yeah, that I don't think we're gonna be facing many Mega Charizards. Maybe after the Pokemon League. Um, so I'm willing to take that risk. As for why I would keep Fly and not those two moves, even though Fly will not have Stab if I evolve. One, it's very useful out of combat, so that's part of it. But the real reason is just it has better coverage. Between Fly and Seeker Power, which is Fairy type, there's actually it's very good coverage for those two. Um, Now there will be like Steel types that resist it, but Steel types are weak to Fire. So the only Pokemon that resists all three of these attacks in these games is Magcargo, which we did just face. We might face another one at some point, but one Pokemon out of the whole game, that's not too bad. Um, and there will be moves that Seeker Power and Fire Blast are both super effective against that Dragon Breath would not be. Quite a few. Alright, so I don't remember. I think we probably have to go to Slateport first, but I'm curious to see what's in this code, which we can almost get to without surfing, but not quite. So even though the plot seems to be sending us to Slateport, let's check out this area first, and then we'll fly on to Slateport. Team Aqua Hideout. Aha, I knew it. And I'm sure you guys did too. Alright, it's a pretty cool hideout, a lot nicer than it was back in the old games. But as usual, there are 3 grunts guarding the way, which again doesn't make a lot of sense, because couldn't I just battle them and beat them? But, you know, it's for the plot. What? What do you want with Team Aqua? Our boss is in here. He's gone off to steal a submarine. Where did he go? Aha. Do you really think I tell you something that crucial? Oh, I think they're probably each going to tell us a little piece of the puzzle without telling us the whole thing and thinking they're really smart, which is kind of weird because you think they would hear each other talking, but I guess they're just all zoned out. I stopped whining about standing all day and it doesn't bother me anymore. Maybe not. What do you want with Team Aqua? Our boss is in here. He's on his way to Slateport City. Why did he go? Do you really think I tell you something that crucial? Okay, so they do that joke, so. Alright, so now you know he's going to Slateport to steal a submarine. Well, I guess that's where we should go as well. I'm excited to see the rest of their hideout based on the entry hall. Or maybe they just decide to spend all their funding on the entry hall, making it really cool, and then they would just block people to go to the rest of their base. That could be a strategy. But, alright, Ava. Time to use Fly. Glad we kept it. And back to Slateport we go. Very excited to finally get on with the main plot. Kind of disappointed today because part of the benefits of working from home is that I can take a little bit of a nap after work and then stay up late and play this game. As opposed to just playing it after work, which would be nice because it's in the sunlight, but also I'd be a little, just exhausted mentally and, a little tired. At that point, I want to just eat dinner and kind of relax. So it works out better that way. It's also nice too because I like having something to look forward to at the very end of the day, as opposed to kind of the, the second third of the day or whatever you want to call it. Not sure we need to heal, but good to be healed just in case. This is the museum. We already fought Team Aqua there. Where is the submarine? But yeah, today I actually did not get my nap in, unfortunately, because I ended up working a little bit late. But that's okay. I really wanted to play anyway, and just the fact that I'm playing the game and taking on Team Aqua has me energized enough. That's wonderful, Captain Stern. Thank you for taking the time from your busy schedule to talk to us. We hope we can interview you again with news and more discoveries. Oh, I missed the first part. Sorry about that, guys. I hit A little too quickly there. Oh, and it's our camera crew team that we've seen. Ooh, that was my first time being filmed for TV. What a nerve-wracking experience. I guess maybe his sub's ready. That's got to be what it is. Or his ship. Maybe it's like a ship with a submersible. Oh, it's you again. You're looking well. Glad to see it. We made a huge discovery on our latest expedition to the seafloor. Aha. We found an underwater cavern on Route 128, and we think it may be the den of a super ancient Pokemon, long thought to have been extinct. Testing. 1, 2, 3, okay. I hope you're listening out there, Captain Stern. We of Team Aqua will now be assuming control of your lovely submarine. Well, nice of them to take their time to announce it. I guess it's for PR, maybe. You'll contribute to our great plan of returning everything to the beginning. I hope you appreciate this great honor. Wah ha ha, wah ha 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 ha. Hopefully I got that right. Do you hear that voice? It's like someone is using a megaphone, but where is it coming from? I feel a cutscene coming on. It came from the harbor. They took it, our submarine. Young man, I'm sorry, but please come with me. Alright. It's exciting, a discovery on the seafloor, though. Reminds me of those ruins they found. I thought they were ruins off the coast of Japan a while back. And it turned out they were just like natural rock formations, but they really kind of do look man-made. A lot of people think they still are, but I'm skeptical personally. Nature can do pretty amazing things when left to its own devices. Those thugs! They're the same lot who tried to take the Devon parts at the museum. Ah, so the sub is gone. I guess that was probably Archie talking. Oh no, the sub's not gone. There's Archie. I thought it might be Matt and Shelly, which would have been pretty cool. But take note that they are consistent with the plot here, that we're talking to Archie and Shelly now, but not Matt. Impossible! You actually followed us all the way from Mount Pyre? Graha, you got me. I bow to your persistence and love of justice. Bwahahahaha. It's a pity, so it is, but we're well past the time when you and your best efforts could turn the tide. We'll add a few last touches to the submarine, and we'll be all set to bust open the seafloor cavern, where the great Pokemon is sleeping. Our plans to return everything to the beginning. They're as good as complete. But I know you gotta do what you gotta do, Scamp. I'm not gonna tell you to quit chasing us. Follow us all the way to our hideout in Lily Cove, if that's what your honor demands. Now then, Shelly. Got it. You guys, keep that spoiled brat busy until the submarine takes off. Aye aye, yes ma'am. Let's go. Archie. Who's talking? I think it's Archie. Got it. We'll see you there then, my little scamp adversary. Rah. I could laugh louder, but the one downside to playing late at night is that other folks are asleep, and I do not want to wake them up, so I'll try to keep things at a normal level. Also, you guys are wearing headphones. I don't want to like blast your eardrums. I can fight like Poseidon even on land. Oh, a Greek god reference. Didn't know those were a thing in the Pokemon world. I think I might have mentioned this, but one of maybe my favorite playthrough of all times. Although I don't know, my Heart Gold Let's Play that might be my new favorite because that was really good. But my favorite off-screen playthrough was when I did one of those ones on vacation. When I played Fire Red for the first time. Haha, go Clear Body. Unfortunately, we are Dark types. That's not great, and then Headbutt will not do any damage. So let's try Metal Claw. And we are faster. Glad I didn't use Bulldoze. I was really thinking about it there. Embargo. That means I can't use my held item. What is my held item? Oh, Rocky Helmet. So it's not that big of a deal. But in Fire Red, I named my team after the Greek gods, which is what reminded me of it. So I had Blastoise was a Poseidon. I had... Ooh, I did a lot of damage. More than half. So let's go ahead and switch out. Ironically, I can't switch in Ava. Well, I could, but she would take even damage because she's not Fairy type on the switch in. You can't Mega Evolve until your first turn, so that is a disadvantage there. Let's just bring in Dan. I could bring in Blaziken to resist the bite and go for a super effective fighting move, but I think Dan can handle this on his own. Plus, he needs the XP a little more. I should have gone for it. He was going to taunt me. Figured I would switch and play it safe, though. Alright, so Uproar will do... Overheat would do a little more, but... actually, no, because Uproar will get the benefit of the Pink Bow. So there's that. But yeah, in Fire Red I had Zeus, who was a Dragonite. I had Poseidon, who was a Blastoise. I had Hades and Nidoking. I want to say Athena and Alakazam, Ares and Machamp, and Apollo was the Arcanine. So it was a really fun team. Scary Face slows your opponent's speed by 2 stages, so it could be useful, but we already have Bulldoze. And usually, unless we have like a really fast opponent, we don't need to lower their speed by 2 stages. 1 stage is good for probably any fight we'll be in. Plus Bulldoze does damage, and it can be super effective, so I think Scary Face is just not worth it. Oh, I hit the wrong button again. Okay, here we go. Keep all moves. Yes, go up and... Okay, good, sweet. And we're good to go. 1 grunt down. It's funny, my team in my Let's Play Red on the Virtual Console actually was quite similar. It had three of those Pokemon in common. Um, the 26th strongest Team Aqua Grunt. Who did I face before? The 27th or something like that? Um, well, I guess they've both trained up since then. Um, yeah, three of the same Pokemon, which shows you I have my favorites. And then I did a Nido Queen this time instead of a Nido King, but still pretty cool. I didn't have a chance to heal. Um, yeah, because Team Aqua has a lot of Dark types, actually, Slate might not be the best choice against them. And a lot of Water types, which, resist Steel. So let's try a Bulldoze, see what happens, but I'll probably need to switch again. I imagine this won't do too much to Carvana. I am wrong. Okay, that's why you gotta give it a try sometimes. Oh, and our attack is raised. That's cool. So our ability prevents our stats from being lowered by an opponent. It does not prevent our stats from being raised. For better or worse. All right, well, Bullet is a little more accurate. I'm sure it'll knock this thing out, and it's slower, so 50-50. Ah, we lost the coin toss there. And Ice Fang. Ice Fang is not very effective, so that was not very smart. Maybe that's why. Oh, but we're frozen. Okay, well, it still wasn't smart. It was dumb luck. Um, I could almost just beat it via the Rocky Helmet, but okay, now I'm confused. I have to defreeze. Let's just bring in Dan again, our cleanup crew. Dan, the custodian here. But yeah, Fire Red was definitely a fun Let's Play. Although Red was actually a really fun Let's Play too, or a fun playthrough, I should say. But I think Red is probably my favorite Pokemon playthrough like of all time so far. I'm gonna use Bulldoze just because I don't want to lock myself into Uproar just in case they have something weird. Alright, our attack is raised, but I think at this point, I guess Bulldoze is physical. So we've gotten 2 hurting ourselves in Confusion and getting frozen with Ice Fang, which I think is like a 10 or 20% chance. I guess we can't complain too much though, because we have gotten a lot of luck earlier in the game. And it is still faster, so it can flinch me as well as freeze me, but it didn't. Okay, finally managed to break through and do some damage. I guess the good news is my attack is raised now, so Bulldoze is essentially base 120. When your attack is raised 2 stages, it's doubled. Unfortunately, Golbat is immune to Bulldoze, so I'll have to use a special attack, which is not boosted. But on the bright side, fortunately, Blizzard is super effective, so there is that. But unfortunately, Golbat is faster, so quite a roller coaster here, which makes it fun. Ah, can we get a freeze? No, we're not that lucky. All right, well, let's keep switching, shall we? Eve, you're up, just to keep our Pokemon from fainting. Since I bet we'll get to heal after this. I'm glad there's actually some fights here, though. I was worried they would just like leave and depart in the sub, and then we'd have to go back to their base to face them. And we will go back to their hideout after this, but after healing up our Pokemon in between, of course. Alright, so Surf should do the trick. It is our only 100% accurate move. And alright, so these guys actually give us a bit of a challenge, in part because we led with Pokemon that, are not our strongest currently. They're not fully evolved, and in Slate's case, they're weak to their Dark-type Pokemon. But still, a fun battle is a fun battle. I will certainly take it. Mission complete. I'm going to check out the modified sub in our hideout. I'm psyched to see all the modding on the sub. Okay, so I think, right, I got it. I'm like, why are we going back to the hideout if they already left in the sub? It's because they need to do something to the sub first before they can take it under the water. So our chance to stop them is by going to their hideout and intercepting them there. Modding? Those criminals. What are they planning to do with my Submarine Explorer 1? They can't be. They can't be after the super ancient Pokemon that slumbers at the bottom of the sea. I bet they are. Oh, and I'm sorry, but my stolen submarine, it could bring an unimaginable disaster upon the world. Someone has to get to their hideout in Lily Cove and stop them, but I've got no chance alone. Oh, and please, may I ask for your help? I can at least get you as far as Lily Cove, where their hideout is. Do you think you and your Pokemon could put a stop to them and save my sub from being used for evil, please? Sure thing. Thank you, we'll launch at once. Alright. All aboard's going aboard. Oh, so we don't get to see like an actual ship sailing. That would have been cool. Guess they didn't have time for that animation. We have arrived in Lily Cove City. Those thieves who stole my submarine must be hiding out somewhere in the city. Owen, please, find my sub for me. I'll be heading back to the shipyard in Slateport to start dealing with the aftermath of all this. Alright, well, while you do that, I will heal up our Pokemon and see if I can find the missing sub. Shame we don't just have like some U-boats or something. That would make very short work of of Archie, but that wouldn't be any fun. I would really love for there to be, and so I have a bit of a confession to make. I have actually not seen Detective Pikachu yet. Just for whatever reason, I haven't gotten around to it, and just yeah, I love Pokemon. Clearly, I make tons of Let's Plays about it. I know a ton about it. Just for whatever reason, I was super hyped when I saw the trailer, and I just, didn't see it when it came out, and then, forgot about it, and nobody's really wanted to see it with me. So, I don't know. I haven't seen it. I probably will at some point. I think it's on Netflix or something. I heard it's fairly good. Not amazing, but certainly not bad. So I'm looking forward to it. But I feel like they could just do so much with the Pokemon world. Like even if they did like an adult Pokemon, like, can you imagine like an HBO Pokemon series with like actual Pokemon like fighting each other and Team Rocket legitimately trying to take over the world? Like one of the things I really loved about the first movie. Ooh, oh, he gives me a berry, but too late. And you don't, right? No. But you do talk about the cavern, which is in fact where we're going. Um, was like the beginning of it where Team Rocket like legitimately tries to make an incredibly overpowered Pokemon that they can use to take over the world, or presumably take over the world. It was just the stakes were really high, and I liked that. Like Mewtwo with his storm, it felt like a real world thing. So I would love to see like a. Can you imagine like a series set in ancient times, with, like war spot between people with Pokemon? Like there's just I feel like there's still so much untapped potential in the Pokemon series. And I know it's kind of a family-friendly series for the most part, and that's great. I can't wait to have kids one day and share that with them. But I feel like there's still a lot of other potential um, they could try as well. But we'll see. Maybe one day. Hopefully in my lifetime. All right. Even though he might have a disadvantage here, Slate's still pretty strong, and I think we'll keep him in the lead because I really would like to get him some levels. And even if we do have to kind of do some strategic retreating, he'll still get some XP that way. Alright, so I don't remember this too much, but it looks like it has some of those warp panels. Much better graphics though, so that's cool. If you guys remember Self Company from Red and Blue and Yellow, and Fire Red and Leaf Green, and presumably Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee as well, then it's just like that. Same idea at least. Self Company was really cool because it was just so big. Like I love Self Company. I love just big long levels like that. And you could say that like um, people might have thought it was tedious um, because it was such a big building, a lot of trainers, and I guess some repetitive Pokemon. But I feel like one, they had a lot of different trainer classes in there with a lot of different types of Pokemon, so it didn't even feel boring, even if you sleep through the whole thing like I did. But if you do get fed up, you can just look up a strategy guide, and it's actually pretty short. You only have to do like 3 trainers or something to if you know where you're going. The thing that makes it long is just that you don't know where you're going, presumably. What's funny is that now there's the internet. When I played the game originally, there wasn't, well, I guess there was an internet, but I didn't have access to it. I guess maybe my dad had a computer that might have had access to it, but I didn't know how to use the internet. I was, 9 years old, I think, so maybe even younger. All right, so why did I use Bulldoze, and how about it's super effective? And now he's already used Minimize, so our odds of hitting are getting smaller and smaller, but thankfully, I guess even though we're not good against dark types, we are good against poison types, so kind of balance there. I wish we had Aerial Ace still. Um, but yeah, back in my day, I had to buy the old Prima strategy guides. Let me know in the comments if you guys ever had one of those or remember those. Actually, I still have them. They're in tatters kind of, but they're not like in mint condition where I could sell it for something. But just as a cool kind of keepsake, I did find one in my closet not too long ago actually. All right. Again, we'll probably be slower than Carvana, but luckily, oh, we're not. I guess I should stop assuming that then. I always think of Carvana as being um, really fast, but I guess I didn't have a better move anyway, so what was I going to do? Use Zen Headbutt against it? And since Metal Claw is only base power 50, even getting stabbed, it'll be less damage than Bulldozer Rock Tomb. We did get a nice attack boost from this very friendly Carvana. Now I want to say Carvana, like the car dealership tower thing. Alright, so, see, I knew Slate had it in him. I believed. Maybe you guys doubted, hopefully not, but I believed. Alright, don't need to use any potions even, so what is up here? Any items? Are there items here? No, I kind of figured it being a building there might not be, but in that case it's very weird there's just a random stage there. You have to defeat me if you want to learn the secret of our hideout. I don't really care that much. I'm fine just exploring it and seeing what there is to do. Maybe this is the platform where Archie gives instructions to all the grunts. That would make sense. Alright, Skullbat, which is kind of balanced. It's a poison type, which, you know, I'm immune to, but it tends to know, like, bite and, I guess really just bite. So it's kind of balanced. Now, Golbat is faster. So maybe I should have used Rock Tomb, but let's see how much Zen Headbutt does. I should make a mental note, though. Carvana is not faster, Golbat is. So see, what's cool about Rock Tomb is if I had used Rock Tomb there, I would now be faster and could use Zen Headbutt. So I would have been able to win the battle only taking one hit. But now because I made the wrong choice, I must take two. I think Metal Claw has a little bit better accuracy than Zen Headbutt, so we'll go with that. Acrobatics, that's a cool move. It's a flying type move that I think is base power, I want to say like 65, but it does double damage if your Pokemon is not holding an item. So it's kind of a cool balance where you get this super powerful stab attack, but on the downside you can't use an item, which is a big drawback actually. We've been using items like, you know, the type boosting items, which are, yeah, they're pretty good. They're very solid choices. Definitely more so in the newer games where they do 20%. By newer games, I guess I mean Generation 4 and onward, I think. So really only Gen 2 and 3 where they weren't as good. What was his secret? We have a submarine all the way in the back. I see some stairs there, but let's come back. Let's go to the warp pad first. So in our case, if we had a flying, we do have a flying type, but if we're using flying type as our main stab attack, oh cool, we have a break room. That's convenient. Didn't really need it, but okay. Not sure I would trust myself to take a rest here in an enemy hideout. They could like take my Pokemon or something. Each person's bed reveals something of their character and a unique odor signature. Yeah, it must not be fun sleeping in the barracks like this, but hey, free lodging. Guess I can't fault them for that. Alright, what about you guys? Anybody else here gonna face me, or are you all just in the break room? Guess they're all on break. Okay. Fighting me on their break. Oh, you can sit on the couch. That's so random, but cool. I guess it's probably because like secret bases, you can sit on couches, and they just made all couches that way. That's cool. But yeah, so if we had like a flying attack as our main stab move, you could give them, I don't remember what the item is called. It's something, no, Sharp Beak. That's right. I was thinking something feather, but it's Sharp Beak. Hoo-ha-ha. But, no, not Shark Beak. Was it Shark Beak? Shark Bait. Okay. Been a while since I've seen Finding Nemo. But it sounded right. But rather Sharp Beak. Ooh, a soda machine. Actually, my plan, because I didn't take my nap today, and because it's so late, I was going to actually like drink some soda to get a little bit of caffeine in me and some sugar for some energy, but I actually didn't need to. I'm not slacking off. I'm facing a difficult decision. What drink to take me on my 12-hour lookout shift? Fresh water, soda pop, lemonade. Well, I would probably start with water, and then that's right. We can't waste money on this. We have 10,000 Poké Dollars left, which might be a lot of money in real life, but it's not in the game. I assume they're more based on like Japanese yen, which, you know, obviously 10,000 yen is not nearly as much as $10,000. Not sure quite what the exchange rate is. But yeah, if you're staying up all night, I would suggest mainly water. One, it hydrates you, which is good, gives you lots of energy. I guess sugar, lemonade from sugar, soda obviously. But and two, makes you go to the bathroom a lot, which keeps you awake. But more importantly, lemonade or soda will give you a sugar crash, so they're good to drink near the end of the shift maybe, where you need that extra boost of energy. But I wouldn't drink them at the start of a 12-hour shift. That seems like you're asking for trouble. Alright, so Mightyena is the one that gives us trouble. Kind of a waste of a turn there. Did a little bit of damage. I'm really hoping for the attack boost. There's the embargo again. Probably wouldn't bother if I was him. I would just go right for attacks. Usually I tend to. Unless I do like a really good like move like Swords Dance or Dragon Dance or something like that. Critical hit and the attack drop. That's why I figured I would fight even though we have the disadvantage here. You never know. Alright, so Assurance did a good amount of damage. Thankfully our good defense made up for it. After the attack boost, I'm not sure if Bulldoze would be a knockout. It would be close, but let's go with Metal Claw. Good. I figured a 95% chance of hitting would be pretty good. Anyway, to finally finish my acrobatics thought, even if we did have the Sharp Beak, we, say we had Fly plus Sharp Beak, that's like what? Base power 118-ish, something like that. Alright, learning from my mistakes, let's use Rock Tomb first this time. So it wouldn't be as good as acrobatics. So even in other words, like Fly with Sharp Beak would not be as powerful as acrobatics with no item at all. So acrobatics is a really good move. Now, there we go, speed drop, and now even though, as long as this hits, we should win. I always feel like Headbutt is more accurate than it is, but only base 90. Or only 90% accuracy, I should say. So the reason item is worse in general is because there's actually some really powerful items you can get for competitive battling, like a Choice Band or Life Orb or a Focus Sash. So I could go upstairs and heal, but I'll go upstairs and rest, and you can just give them berries. So actually not having an item is kind of it's a big deal. Or Mega Stones, clearly. Mega Pokemon wouldn't be able to get much use out of acrobatics. I think even once they Mega Evolve, they don't lose their Mega Stone. Who are you? This must be where they study the orb. Meteorites, natural energy, super ancient Pokemon. Here, we're conducting experiments to understand how they all relate and create a blue orb artificially, but we haven't had much success. It may be too difficult for humans to solve. So I guess we have the red orb, but Archie has the real blue orb, so maybe he tried to make an artificial one, and failing that, decided to get the real one from Mount Pyre. Makes sense to me. Any of these scientists want to face us in battle? That'd be cool. Can I even talk to this guy? Yes, there we go. Hey you, no. Team Aqua's library. Highly confidential documents. No outsiders allowed. Curious what books they have. Project Azoth. To return the world. To return everything to the beginning. In order to further the project, we must proceed with research on Kyogre's Primal Reversion. Primal Reversion is a potential of Pokemon evolution, a potential different from Mega Evolution. Mega Evolution is made possible by the energy of people and Pokemon. Primal Reversion is made possible by natural energy. In Primal Reversion, Kyogre absorbs natural energy into its body, thereby increasing its power dramatically. Both states significantly enhance Pokemon's power. The difference lies in the source of the required energy. Yep, they're basically the same thing in the way they work, and the blue orb acts kind of like Kyogre's Mega Stone. The one, I guess, difference you could say is that because it's not technically Mega Evolution, you can actually Mega Evolve a Pokemon and Primal Revert a Pokemon on the same team. Alright, I don't want to miss anywhere. Is there a panel down here? There was. Alright, so there's the one up there on the left. Oh. Oh no, this is different. Alright, I think this might be the way forwards. Let's go back here and try the other one. Okay, haven't been here yet. Alright, looks like a dead end. Is this maybe Archie's room? It's a very nice room. I was kind of thinking those books there might have been like, How to Be Evil 101 or something. Yeah, more like this. Maybe this is like Shelly's room, or Matt's room. Don't judge. Pokemon Hell, Pokemon Handbook, Adorable Pokemon. I hope it is Matt's room. That'd be cool. Slightly salty scent. Huh. You don't say. A Welmer doll? I don't know why the Welmer doll has a scent. A picture of a boy with a shaved head, a girl with black hair, and a Pokemon with 3 notes attached to its head. Oh, is that Meloetta maybe? The 7th day of something month, something in 2002 probably, with Archie and Jirachi. The letters at the edge of the picture are faded and hard to read. Pokemon with 3 notes. I don't think Jirachi has notes attached to its head. I'm gonna look it up real quick just to see. Oh, notes is in like a sticky note. I was thinking like musical notes. Okay. I guess it is Jirachi. Interesting. So did Archie meet Jirachi then? That's an interesting little tidbit there. What about the computer? Will that reveal whose room this is? Can't even click on it. Oh, I want to know who. I assume it's Archie if he has a photo there. Although, who's the girl? Could it be Shelly maybe? Or is there a tragic backstory here to Archie's criminal origins? Maybe. Oh, and would you look at that? The episode is about 35 minutes in, so we haven't quite finished the hideout, but I'm going to stop things here anyway. I will be back in a few minutes, at least in my time, to do another episode and do the rest of the base and probably some more besides. So sorry to leave you guys on the cliffhanger, but gotta do what I gotta do. So thank you all for watching, and see you right back here in just a few minutes.